Dear students, first of all, welcome all, and very good afternoon to one and all present here. It's our second day of a seminar competition. So now we are going to start the seminar. So I think our first participant is Apurva and Tanu. Actually, they both are not present. Then Sakshi, she is also not present. Then we will go towards Sakshi. Hello, Sakshi is there? Sakshi Nagose.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready for the seminar?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, dear students, now Sakshi will represent her topic in front of you. So, Sakshi, please go ahead. Start your seminar.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sakshi Kisan Nagose. My topic is hydrogen bonding and its type. Hydrogen bonding, it's bond from between a hydrogen atom and a highly electronegativity atom. Highly electronegativity atoms are fluorine, oxygen, and nitrogen. Hydrogen bond, one hydrogen atom and हाईली इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी एटम इसके बीच फॉर्म होता है। तो हम एग्जाम्पल के थ्रू अंडरस्टैंड करने की कोशिश करते हैं। सर दिख रहा है क्या?
हाँ, दिख रहा है।
ये है हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग एग्जाम्पल। इसकी जगह हम फ्लोरीन भी ले सकते हैं, लेकिन हम एग्जाम्पल के फ्लोरीन भी ले सकते हैं। एक्स की इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिविटी ज्यादा होने के कारण उस पे पार्शियल नेगेटिव चार्ज और हाइड्रोजन कम होने उस पे पार्शियल पॉजिटिव चार्ज रहेंगे। The negative end of one molecule and attracts the positive end of other molecule. These attraction are electrostatic attraction. A weak bond from is between them. This bond is hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bond represented dotted line and और HX molecule जो अटैच है हम उसे कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड के कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड से अटैच है। हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग आर टू टाइप्स intermolecular hydrogen bonding and intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding, the bonding between two or more molecules of same substance is called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding जो होती है वो two or more molecules और सेम सब्सटेंस जो है वो उसे बॉन्ड फ्रॉम होती है। और सेकंड है इंट्रामोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग। द बॉन्डिंग बिटवीन एटम ऑफ सेम मॉलिक्यूल इज कॉल्ड एज इंट्रामोलिकुलर हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग। इंट्रामोलिक्यूल के एग्जांपल देखते हैं। सैलिस ओ नाइट्रोफिनॉल, sir, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, Sakshi. Very nicely you have represent your topic. So I think our next participant is Apurva. Yeah, Apurva is there. Hello, Apurva.
Yes, sir.
So dear students, now Apurva will represent her topic in front of you. So Apurva,
Sir, my audio and video is clear?
yes.
Good morning, sir. Sorry, good afternoon, sir. I'm Apurva Gadekar, IMG College, Nagpur. So my topic is the principle of extra stability. So let's begin. Principle of extra stability is invented by Niels Bohr in 1920. This principle is one of the limitation to also Abbott's principle. So what is Abbott's principle? Uh, According to Abbott's principle, they also call the n plus L rule, where n is a principal quantum number and L is a Hermitian quantum number. Abbott's principle states that the filling of electrons in the atomic orbital of element takes the order of increasing atomic orbitals. In other words, the orbital of the orbital of lower energy will be filled first, then orbital of next highest. According to principle of extra stability, also follows the principle of Abbott's principle, and they keep changes in last two orbitals for the extra stability, and they get they try to get stability for the half filled, full filled, and the empty shells and get more stable. So example is chromium. Chromium is one of the example of principle of extra stability. Chromium have atomic number 24. Chromium is equal to argon 4s2 3d4. But after applying the principle of extra stability, they exchange the electrons from 4s2 to 3d4 and get the stability, and after stability they get the 4s1 and 3d5. Second example of principle of extra stability is a copper have a atomic number is 29 is equal to argon 4s2 3d9. But after applying the same as after applying the principle of extra stability, they also get changes in two last shells of that d and s orbitals, and they get the copper 29 is equal to argon 4s1 and 3d10. Here s orbital gives one electrons to the d orbital, and they get fulfilled because d orbital have 10 electrons to all fulfillment. So that topic is next subtopic is symmetrical distribution. In that case, the electrons fills the degenerated orbitals to their capacity if they fill all five element electrons in the blocks of d orbital. They have full, because that the for the stability of that electron for that element and any atom, they get the rule of extra stability is half filled, full filled, or empty. So so they do that same conditions in p orbital, s orbital, and f orbital also. In the p orbital, they have three degenerated orbitals. In d shell, they get 5 degenerated orbitals. In f, they get 7 degenerated orbitals. In s, only one is degenerated orbital. And second subtopic is the exchange of energy. If in that case, if any element have a more electrons, then they got the more stability. This phenomenon is called exchange of energy. Thank you, sir. It's done.
Yes, thank you, Apurva. Very nicely you have represent your topic and gives very nice information to all of us. So our next participant is Kiran. Yeah, hello Kiran. Kiran is there.
Yes, sir.
So, dear students, now Kiran will represent her topic in front of you. So, please, Kiran, go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir, and my dear friends. Myself, Kiran Vilas Butle, and my topic is Principle of Extra Stability. I am the student of BSc first year, Group Micro, RMG College, Nagpur. So my topic is Principle of Extra Stability, and their contents is introduction, description. In description, we will see the examples that do not follow the above principle at the end, not whole. And second point is symmetrical distribution and exchange of energy. That's why the principle of extra stability is occurred. And finally, we'll see the revision of condition. That means observation of that topic and conclusion. So let's begin. Principle of extra stability. So principle of extra stability. What say the principle of extra stability? Principle of extra stability is the new principle that do not follow the above principle. It is one of the limitation of the above principle. So what principle of extra stability is actually says, we will see. So in principle of extra stability, this is the atom and this one is the electron. So electron want to enter into the atom, but there is a rule given by the above principle to the entry of electron into the atom. So what do I mean by the above principle, or above principle what says that? So above principle what says electron should be entered into the atom by following N plus L rule. That means electron should be first enter into the shell, then enter into the subshell. So, but in whole periodic table, all the elements that not follow the above principle rule at the end point, not whole in an electronic configuration, only the end point that do not follow the above principle rule, because electron is very naughty. That means like human mind, they are not stable at all. So what they are actually changes, we will see in the description. That means we will see by taking an example. So the example that do not follow the above principle at the end point, there are two examples out of 13 on the whole periodic table. That means one is the copper, chromium, and second one is the Cu. That means copper. So the chromium atomic number is 24 and their electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, and 3d4. Now, what actually are happening to the end of the electronic configuration, we will see. So, we all know that the s orbital having a 2 electron and d orbital having a 10 electron. But in that case, what happened? D orbital have only the 4 electron. That means it's not half filled or not full filled. That means it maintain the which field? That means partially filled. So we know that the only half filled and full filled or empty orbital shows the extra stability, but not partially filled orbital shows extra stability. So d orbital, what they are doing? D orbital's electron are invite to the s orbital electron to entry of the in d orbital. So what? The electron is very naughty and they get jump into the d orbital. And what will happen then? After entry of that electron into the d orbital, 4s get 4s1 and 3d get changed into the 3d5. Now what is happened? These also stable and these also stable. So what we concluded that here s orbital give to the electron to d orbital, but what they are doing, by maintaining stability to itself, they donate the electron to the d orbital. So s orbital also stable and d orbital also stable. That means it also half filled and it also half filled. That means half filled orbital shows extra stability. And similarly, we will see in the copper also. So in copper, what will happen? Their electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, and 3d9. So what it happened? If the orbital get the partially filled only and s orbital gets stable. But what? S orbital gives one electron to the d orbitals and it changes into the 1s, 4s1 and 3d10. That means it also stable and it also stable. So by maintaining stability, s orbital give to one electron to the 3d orbital and both also stable. That means not whole electronic configuration is changed, only the end of the electronic configuration is changed by the exchange of electron or donating of electron to the one orbit to other orbit. So that means we already said that the principle of extra stability do not follow the above principle at only the end point. So we will see the electronic configuration, but all know that how to write the electronic configuration. So there are many methods to write the electronic configuration, but I would like to know that how to write the electronic configuration. There are many methods to write the electronic configuration, but I know only the 3 steps. One is the theoretical in books and other 2 is the matrix also. So, sir, can you say this page?
हाँ ठीक है हाँ दिख रहा है थोड़ा सा और आगे लो.
Sir, now can you visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Yes.
So one step is that 1s2, 2s2 and that means that pyramid also you can follow or other step also. We'll study first that step. That means electron should be enter in the first 1s2, then go to the 2s2. But now in that case what will happen or what will do? That means we say by writing first electron go to the 1s2, then 2s2, then here 2p6, 3s2 and 3p6. Electron should enter first into the 1s2. Then only the 1 is there. So the electron go to the 1s2 easily. But now is 2s2 also and 2p also. So the electron turn this side or this side. Now the question is arises, so what? In that case, 2s and 2p. Electron get into the 2p or 2s. So for that only, we will use the n plus L rule. That means is directly proportional to energy level. If it is same, that means example 2s and 3s. We will get the example. That means their principal quantum number is 2 and that is s orbital shows the we get 2p and 3s. 2p and 3s. We will see the example of that. 2, that means principal quantum number, that means it have a 1 electron only for the quantum number according to quantum number, and 3 will get 3 into s orbital shows only 1. So what energy level is that? 3 and it also so 3. So there is a same. Now what we are doing? What we do the electron entry of that orbital. So if the energy level of both the orbital is same, then electron entry of electron totally depend upon the principal quantum number. So the entry of electron according to the principal quantum number. So the above principle says that those principal quantum number is less, the electron should first entry that on the orbital. That means 3s big or 2s. 2s is small, na? So electron should be enter into the 2s. Then principal quantum number 2p is small, 3s down to 3s. So the electron get turned that way, then entry to the 2p, then entry to the 3s. That way. But this step has many complications to write the electronic configuration. That's why I give you one trick to write the electronic configuration. I also use that only method in 12th. So next method is what now? So one is poem for the remind that method. That one is school, public school, daily public school, Paro daily public school, further. So in that method only we will write 2, 1, 2, 3 that number only and remind S, P, D, F that orbital contains with how many electrons in that orbital. So S orbital only contain 2 electrons, P orbital contain only the 6 electrons, D orbital contain only the 10, and F orbital all know that 14 electrons. So now by what we will get the number into that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, S kitne? 2, 3, 4, 5 and further. And P, how many electron for P? 2P, next 2 ke baad 3, that way. So this method is better in my way. You can choose any method as you wish. So next point is introduction is over, description is over. Now there are two factors are depending to occur the principle of extra stability. So first we will see the symmetrical distribution and next move towards the exchange of energy. Let's first start exchange of energy. Symmetrical distribution. In symmetrical distribution, that three things are more important: half filled, full filled, and remain empty. So that three factors are more important in symmetrical distribution. So what in a symmetrical distribution, the all three orbitals, that means S, P, D, F, all the orbitals have a degenerated orbitals. Now question is arises, what is mean by the degenerated orbitals? So degenerated orbitals is defined as the orbitals have a same shape and same energy called the degenerated orbitals. So what? The d orbitals have 5 degenerated orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And P have only the 3 degenerated orbitals and F have a 7 degenerated orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So move to the next one. Degenerated d orbitals have 5 degenerated orbitals and P have have 3 degenerated orbitals and F have 7 degenerated orbitals. Now, when d orbitals is remain empty, that means it shows symmetry. All orbitals does not have any electron. Not one, not fulfilled, not hot filled. So, d orbitals when remain empty, then it's stable. That means extra electronic configuration is d0 when it's stable. Then when d orbitals have only the one unpaired electron, then it half filled, and also it shows the symmetry. That means all the orbitals have one electron. So that means the d5 also stable. Also, the d orbital when fulfilled, that means d orbital have 10 electron. That means d10. All orbitals have the 2 electron. That means symmetry, and symmetry leads to the stability. So the point is that the symmetrical distribution shows the half filled, fulfilled or empty, and empty, half filled or fulfilled orbitals are stable. So we can say that the symmetry is directly proportional to the extra stability. In p orbital, same. When the p is 0, then it's stable. When the p is 3, then it's stable. And then the p is 6, then it's stable. That means the half filled and fulfilled, we all know that. But the p0 is the extra electronic configuration, and all are happening to achievement of extra electronic configuration. And extra electronic configuration also shows the extra stability to the electron. So that is over, and we will move to the next point. That means exchange of energy. So exchange of energy means what? Exchange of energy. So in that case, exchange of energy, by doing exchange of electron, they get stability. That means the orbitals have a 5 degenerate orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and it get half filled. But condition is that during exchange of energy, the electron should be same speed and should be unpaired. So what is mean by the now exchange of energy? Exchange of energy means the energy is released by 2, or exchange of energy means the energy is released when the 2 or more electrons of the same speed and same position that exchange their electron to the orbitals of that subshell. So what now? These electrons exchange with that also. These electrons exchange with that also. These electrons exchange with that also, and these electrons exchange with that also. That means 8 electron goes into the that way, and these electrons go to the that orbitals. So the number of unpaired electron or number of electron is more, then exchange of energy is more, and exchange of energy is more, then the extra stability is occurred. So in p orbital only the now 3 degenerated orbitals only, and we actually already we said that number of electron is more, then the stability also more, and exchange of electron also more, and stability also more. So what? The d orbital is more stable than that of the p orbitals. So now it also over. I already said that the electronic configuration that do not follow the one point is missing, sir. I would like to say that. Can I repeat this, sir?
Yes.
I already know that electronic configuration that do not follow the above principle out of only 30. But I like to say that in whole periodic table, one is that we will see in the end point the 4s2 and 3d4 that give the electron That means 4s1 and it get into the 3d5. That means it half filled, but it also stable. It also half filled. But 1 is the element that gives to whole hydrogen. That means 2 of 2. It remains 0. So it happen only with the 1 electron. So anyone can guess it which one is this? I will give you hint. That element is metal and it will used in a catalytic reaction or used in a buses, also jewelries. I will already studied in 12th in Rosenman reaction. It formed the aldehyde and HCl. Don't search on a mobile. Leave it, I will say that. So it is a palladium and atomic number is 46. Yes, 46. So that palladium that give the whole electron to the other orbital to maintain the stability doing unstable to itself. So their electronic configuration is 1s2, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3p6, 4s2, 3d, 10, 4p6, 5s2 and 4d8. Now see that the s orbital is stable, but d orbital is not half filled, not full filled. That means it partially filled. So what it do that? That whole 2 electron. If s orbital give the 1 electron to d orbital, then it's stable. Or no, it's only the partially filled. That means get turned into the 9. But by giving a whole 2 electron, it get into the 10. That means it's full filled, not half filled, not partially filled. It's a full filled. Now it's stable. But what actually have happened? 4s, 5s, 0. Now it's stable or no? That means we will say that in a BSc first year level. So by doing the electron to the other orbitals, its energy level is different. Only can the orbital giving to the other orbital electron should be another difference is 1 only or less only. Not whole the 2 of 2 in our syllabus, but this orbital it donate the whole the 2 of 2 electron to the other orbitals. Our fourth point is now observation. So in observation we will conclude that the entry of electron by following the above principle only. See, only do the changes at the end point, not change in median in between them. And next one is the during the entry of electron into the atom, if the n plus n value is equal, then the principal quantum number is totally depend upon the principal quantum number, and the shifting of electron to the other orbitals must energy difference is must be less only, not out of do the hold the electron of first orbital to the second one. And next we will see the conclusion. The n plus n rule also shows the stability. Also the symmetrical distribution also shows extra stability, and the half filled, full filled or empty orbitals also shows extra stability, and but the partially filled orbitals do not show the extra stability. And but question is arises, half filled is more stable or full filled? Actually, in my opinion, full filled is more stable because the d orbitals have 5 degenerated orbitals. That means when it is half filled, then it's, देखो ये 5 भाई हैं, तो इनको सिर्फ अगर दुकान में ले जाओ और सिर्फ शर्ट ही खरीद के दो तो ये खुश तो होंगे, बट ये ज्यादा खुश जब होंगे तब जबकि इनको शर्ट के साथ पैंट भी मिल जाए. सो इट मोर स्टेबल नो. अपने साथ भी देखो, एक के साथ दो चीज भी मिल रही है, एक साथ दो चीजें मिल रही है तो हम ज्यादा खुश होंगे ना कि एक के साथ. सो फुलफिल्ड इज मोर स्टेबल. Fulfilled is more stable than half-filled or partially filled or empty orbital. So thank you, sir. I hope you understand my presentation. Thank you, sir.
So thank you, Kiran. Very nicely you have represent your topic, and one thing is that your understanding level also is very good. So our next participant is Vinod. Hello, Vinod is here.
Yes.
So dear students, now Vinod will represent his topic in front of you. So I think कुछ देर बाद मतलब after 2 minutes meeting close हो जाएंगी, आपको फिर से वो rejoin करना है. So Vinod, start your seminar.
Good afternoon. My name is Vinod Samarth, and my topic name is above principle and Pauli's exclusive principle. Above is not the name of scientist. Above means the construction or build-up. Above principle state that the filling of electron in the increasing order of their orbital. Electron occur lower energy than higher energy. Electron put based on the n plus rule. N plus rule energy is directly proportional to n plus rule. We example 1s or 2s. In 1s, n value of n is 1 and l value is 0. Therefore, the n plus value for 1s is equals to 1, and for 2s, n value is 2 and l value is 0. The n plus value of 2s is equals to 2. Therefore, 1 is greater than 2. Therefore, 1 is greater than 2. The series is 1s to 1s is greater than 2s, 2s is greater than 2p, 2p is greater than 3s, 3s is greater than 3p, so on. Pauli's exclusive principle. Pauli's exclusive principle state that not in each orbital not more than 2 electrons is occur. Yes. In Pauli's exclusive principle, not more than 2 electrons is occur. No 2 electrons in an atom can have same set of 4 quantum number. Example, quantum each quantum number electron of each quantum number. One first electron and second electron. 3 quantum number are same, but 4th quantum number means spin quantum number is not same. For first electron, the spin quantum number is plus half, and second electron of the spin quantum number for second electron is minus half. Therefore, the not 4 quantum number are same. Therefore, the in an orbital 2 electron will always have opposite spin. One is plus half and second is minus half. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vinod. Very nicely you have represent your topic, and I think we are moving towards next participant. Actually, hello, Pradnya is there. Pradnya.
Yes, sir.
So, dear students, now Pradnya will represent her topic in front of you. So, Pradnya, please go ahead, start your seminar.
Hi, good afternoon, sir, and all of you. My name is Pradnya Sambhaji Nimgade, and my topic is internal and external indicator. Internal indicator, it's 1% solution is concentrated with H2SO4 used to titration iron with potassium dichromate solution. Action diphenylamine first oxidized to give diphenylbenzidine. Second, further oxidized to give diphenylbenzidine. And third, violet is color. External indicator. When internal indicator is not available, we can use external indicator. Here, indicator is not add to solution to be titration. To be titration indicator kept on test plate and equivalence point reached, then reaction mixture transfer to give test plate and hence color change observed. Reaction 3 Fe2 plus 2 Fe bracket C and 6 bracket is complete. 3 minus is equal to Fe3 bracket Fe C and 6 bracket is complete plus 2 form above given reaction appearance to give blue color due to the formation of ferrocyanide complex as shown in reaction. Thank you, sir. Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Pradnya. You have represented your topic very nicely. And we shall moving towards the next participant. Next one is Gunjan. Hello, Gunjan, is there?
Yes, sir.
Dear students, now Gunjan will represent his topic in front of you. So, please, Gunjan, go ahead.
Good morning, sir, and every students. My name is Gunjan Bankar, and today I am going to telling about you redox titration. So the redox titration are the defined as the titration which involve the process of oxidation and reduction are known as redox titration. Redox reaction involve a transfer of electrons from one substance to another substance. The redox titration is simple. Introduction is the सर सीधा दिख रहा है उल्टा
सीधा दिख नहीं, अभी उल्टा दिख रहा है, उसको थोड़ा चेंज करो. Yes, now it's visible.
The redox reaction, two types of redox reaction. One is the oxidation and second is the reduction. In the oxidation, addition of oxygen and loss of electron and hydrogen. In the reduction, gaining of electron and gain of hydrogen and loss of oxygen. And example is the oxidation example Fe2 plus it gives Fe3 plus electron. It is oxidation example, and C4 plus electron it gives C3, that is the reduction example. And is the combined equation is Fe2 plus Ce4 it gives C3 plus Fe3, that is redox equation. This is the example of redox reaction. In the oxidation, the addition of oxygen and removal of hydrogen is called as and loss of electrons. And second is the reduction. In the reduction, addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen and acceptation of electrons is reduction. Then the indicators used in redox titration. In the redox titration, oxidation reduction indicators are used to mark the sudden change in the oxidation potential near equivalent point. Then the internal indicators. Example of internal indicators is diphenylamine. It is 1% solution in concentrate H2SO4 used for titration of iron with potassium dichromate solution. And when internal indicators is not available, then we can use external indicators and the important oxidation and reduction reagent is potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4, and second is potassium dichromate, that is K2Cr2O7. Potassium permanganate is useful and versatile oxidizing agent. It is solution of stable and pink in color. It can act as self-indicator and easily available. And second one is the potassium dichromate. It is not a strong oxidizing agent but has many useful applications over KMnO4. It is very high purity and its solution is more stable. And the redox indicator, also called as oxidation reduction indicator, is an indicator which undergoes a defined color and change at a specific electrode potential. And the potassium permanganate, that is KMnO4, is used as self-indicator because they are dark purple when used as a titrant. The common application of indicators is detection of endpoint of titration. And okay, sir, thank you.
Yeah, Gunjan, thank you so much. Your presentation very nicely and progressive. So our next participant is Pankaj. Yeah, hello, Pankaj is here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So dear students, now Pankaj will represent his topic in front of you. So Pankaj, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Pankaj Donde, and my best. Stability. Hello.
Yes, continue.
Sir, sorry, sir. Network problem है.
चालेल, ठीक आहे. बोल ना, बोल.
Principle of extra stability is invented. Principle of extra stability is invented by Niels Bohr in 1920. This principle is one of the limitation to the above principle. According to above principle, electrons हे सबशेलची जेवढी कॅपॅसिटी असते तेवढेच फिलअप होतात आणि उरलेले आउटर मोस्ट शेल मध्ये जातात. पण अकॉर्डिंग टू द प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा स्टॅबिलिटी, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हे सबशेलची जेवढी कॅपॅसिटी आहे तेवढेच असतात, पण ते शेवटच्या ऑर्बिटल मध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉनची शेअरिंग करून स्वतःला स्टेबल करण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात. स्टेबल होण्यासाठी त्यांना हाफ फिल्ड किंवा फुलफिल होण्याची गरज असते. आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की अबव प्रिन्सिपल मध्ये एलिमेंट्स हे अनलॉक असतात व प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा स्टॅबिलिटी मध्ये एलिमेंट्स हे लॉक असतात. एक्झाम्पल सर, क्रोमियम 24 इज इक्वल टू argon 4s2 3d4, पण याच्यात इलेक्ट्रॉनची शेअरिंग होऊन तो क्रोमियम 24 इज इक्वल टू argon 4s1 3d5 होतो, म्हणजेच तो स्टेबल होतो. अँड सेकंड एक्झाम्पल इज कॉपर atomic number 29 इज इक्वल टू argon 4s2 3d9. इथे सुद्धा प्रिन्सिपल ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा स्टॅबिलिटीच्या मदतीने आउटर मोस्ट ऑर्बिटल मध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉनची शेअरिंग होऊन एलिमेंट हे स्टेबल होतात. Principle of extra stability is occurred due to two factors, that means symmetrical distribution and exchange of energy. So first, symmetrical distribution. Symmetry म्हणजे सारखेपणा. ज्या गोष्टीचे दोन भाग पाडल्यावर ते बिलकुल सारखे दिसत असतील त्याला आपण सिमेट्रिकल म्हणू शकतो. यामध्ये इलेक्ट्रॉनचा सिमेट्रिकल डिस्ट्रीब्युशन होतो. चारही ब्लॉकची जेवढी कॅपॅसिटी आहे, एस ऑर्बिटल 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, पी ऑर्बिटल 6 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, डी ऑर्बिटल 10 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अँड एफ ऑर्बिटल 14 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, तेवढे ते आधी सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉनने फिल होतात, मग ते डबल इलेक्ट्रॉनने फिल होतात. जेव्हा ते सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉनने फिल होतात तेव्हा पण ते सिमेट्रिकल दिसतात आणि जेवढे जास्त सिमेट्रिकल असतील तेवढे जास्त एलिमेंट्स हे स्टेबल होतात. सो सर सेकंड इज एक्सचेंज एनर्जी. एखाद्या एलिमेंट मध्ये जर खूप जास्त एलिमेंट्स असतील सॉरी सर एखाद्या एलिमेंट मध्ये खूप जास्त जर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स असतील तर ते जास्त एक्सचेंज करतील दुसऱ्या इलेक्ट्रॉन सोबत आणि ते स्वतःला स्टेबल करतील. सर थँक्यू सर.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pankaj. Very nicely you have represented the topic, and your understanding level also was very good. So, और कोई बचा है students? Actually, देवकी नंदन he is not present. और किसी को देना है या फिर कोई छूट गया है ऐसा हमारा स्टूडेंट? Yes, anyone is remaining? या आई थिंक सबका हो चुका है. सो सबने बहुत अच्छे से रिप्रेजेंट किया. एक्चुअली मेन बात ये है कि सबसे पहली बात तो आप लोगों ने आपका जो सेमिनार है वो अच्छे से आपने खुद से लर्न किया. उसके बाद आपका जो बताने का तरीका था या फिर रिप्रेजेंट करने का जो तरीका था वो भी बहुत अच्छा था. और सबसे खास बात तो यही लगी मुझे कि सबसे पहले आपने वो खुद के रिलेटेड या फिर खुद को अंडरस्टैंड किया अच्छे से वो टॉपिक, उसके बाद ही तब जाके आपने उसको रिप्रेजेंट किया. सो ये एक बहुत अच्छी बात है. सो आई थिंक कुछ दिनों बाद मैं आपका ये रिजल्ट है आपको शो कर दूंगा और रिकॉर्डिंग जो है रिकॉर्डिंग भी आपको मिल जाएगी. सो वंस अगेन थैंक्स अ लॉट, थैंक्स टू यू ऑल ऑफ यू, एंड वी विल कंटिन्यू अवर syllabus and topics and unit regarding organic tomorrow. So once again thank you all of you. So we will discontinue this meeting here. So once again thanks to all.